The next question is, give me an example of how you foster inclusion in company culture. For more interview questions, please go to our website at bowz8.com. Here's a good answer. I joined a company as an engineering manager overseeing a diverse team. I noticed that some members felt excluded during key discussions and decisions. For example, junior engineers or individuals who didn't align with the majority culture were often hesitant to share their opinions. I knew I had to address this to foster a more inclusive environment. I began by conducting one-on-one check-ins and team surveys to understand how people felt about inclusion on the team. A key takeaway was that some team members felt overshadowed during meetings, while others were unsure if their ideas were valued due to cultural differences. I redesigned our team meetings and workflows. For example, during brainstorming sessions, I introduced structured formats like round-robin sharing, where everyone was given time to speak. I also implemented submission forms for ideas, ensuring everybody had their input considered. Additionally, I modeled inclusive behavior by actively soliciting input from quieter team members during discussions and publicly acknowledging their contributions. To address unconscious bias, I led workshops with external facilitators to educate the team about diversity and inclusion. I made it clear that they were part of our shared goals, not just policies. We incorporated inclusion into our quarterly retrospective meetings. This allowed the team to discuss what was working and where we still needed to improve. I also established inclusion metrics, such as participation rates in meetings and feedback scores on surveys. Over time, we saw clear improvements. Participation in meetings increased significantly, with quieter team members actively contributing and even leading discussions. Our engagement survey scores on feeling included in the team rose by 40% within 6 months. Furthermore, the cultural shift led to better project outcomes. By tapping into diverse perspectives, we were able to identify and solve problems more creatively. Why does this work? 1. Thorough understanding of inclusion. The response demonstrates a deep understanding of both structural and cultural barriers to inclusion. This shows thoughtfulness and empathy. 2. Concrete actions. Specific actions like redesigning workflows, mentoring, and holding workshops illustrate a proactive and multifaceted approach. It's clear the candidate didn't rely on a single solution, but tailored actions to fit the team's needs. 3. Quantifiable and qualitative outcomes. Mentioning measurable improvements, e.g., engagement survey scores, increased participation, and anecdotal success, e.g., the junior engineer's growth, showcases the tangible impact of their efforts. 4. Leadership and accountability. The candidate takes ownership of fostering inclusion rather than passing the responsibility to HR or higher-ups, which highlights leadership qualities. What you should avoid. 1. Overgeneralizations. Avoid vague statements like, "I always treat everyone equally," which don't demonstrate actionable steps. Inclusion requires more than equality. It's about equity and creating safe spaces. 2. Tokenism or one-off events. Don't point to a single instance, such as hiring someone from an underrepresented group, as proof of fostering inclusion. This can come across as performative. 3. Shifting blame. Avoid framing inclusion issues as entirely someone else's responsibility. For example, saying, "It was just how the company culture was," without describing your role in improving it can signal a lack of initiative. 4. Ignoring long-term commitment. Inclusion isn't a one-time fix. Avoid implying that a single workshop or initiative solved all the problems. 5. Defensive language. Don't use phrases like, "We didn't have a problem with inclusion before, but I made things even better." This downplays the significance of the issue and can sound dismissive. Thanks for watching. For more tech interview questions, please go to our website at bowz8.com.